Hello everyone, today I'll be going over my personal thoughts on the winter event that started today. And of course, first I have to address the albeit slightly clickbaity thumbnail relating to how the game seems to be moving towards monetization. While you should have every chance to win the main event building for free, the event pass is now and forever shall be only purchasable with real world money. That's right, no more 1200 diamonds to pay for it, which is really disappointing. This is the best event pass we've seen so far, and it's extremely sad that it costs $15 US, or the equivalent currency of your choosing, which is about 3 times the value of the event pass if you were able to buy it with diamonds. If you do spend money on the game and want multiple chocolateries, then this is a good deal since it can greatly reduce the amount of grand prizes you need for more chocolateries, as towards the end of the pass you can double the amount of upgrade kits from grand prizes. However, for those of us who don't spend real money, like me, I hate this change. This comes on top of leaks from beta where it looks like there may be the option to purchase event currency with real money from the shop as well. Hopefully this means we can still purchase event currency with diamonds in the future, but focusing on the event pass itself, it is especially interesting this event considering that Inno has decided to change up quite a bit of the value for the event pass, making it much better. I forgot to mention this in my winter event announcement video, but there are no exclusive buildings in the event pass like many of the previous ones. That means no Forge Fountain, Cobalt Lagoon, Flower Maidens, or any new building. Instead, the value comes mainly from a lot of fragments of the Nutcracker Guardhouse, and especially the Chocolatery selection kits I mentioned earlier, making it much more useful if you have the cash lying around to blow on the game. But enough of monetization. We'll be moving on to the main building, the Chocolatery. Besides the fact that the name is fun to say, I like how both Ted's Choc and Ketebo candy give the same boosts and resources just in different amounts. It means that instead of having to choose between a building focusing exclusively on one type of boost or resource, you still get a little bit of the other boost. I personally will be building Ted's Choc in my main city because I want a little bit more attack, but I'll most likely go with Ketebo candy in my diamond farm to boost my defense a little bit more. I love how these two buildings look, really giving off a Willy Wonka kind of vibe. They'll fit in nicely with the other recent winter buildings, which I definitely appreciate as I love to build my city to have themed sectors in it if possible. These two buildings are a little bit on the bigger side, but that's honestly normal for event buildings these days, so I guess no complaints there. My favorite thing about these buildings, however, is that they give fragments of the Nutcracker Guardhouse, which I'll be talking about next. I like how they are giving fragments for a building that's actually themed to the event, which makes more sense than the Halloween event where the caravans gave fragments of finish all supplies. One of my main complaints for that event was that the caravans should give fragments for something themed, and I'm glad to see that in this event. Speaking of the Nutcracker Guardhouse, I like it. It isn't particularly powerful nor useless, which is perfect for a building that you'll be getting a lot of. The 5% attack, 7% defense, 3 forge points, and even fragments of mass self-aid kits make it very well rounded. Compared to similarly sized buildings like the Ancient Obelisk, which gives 6% attack, 4 goods, and 2 forge points, it seems like a great addition to your city. While you can win fragments of it throughout the event, after the event ends you'll be able to assemble one about every 67 days from your fully leveled Chocolatery. Each one takes 200 fragments to assemble. This event minigame is similar to last year, and that means choosing one of 18 presents to open to receive a random prize. It's pretty simple, but there's a little bit of complexity depending on what your goal is. Mainly you want to always try and find the daily special before you hit the shuffle. However, as it is random, most of it comes down to random guessing, except for the show 2 present, where you're actually given a choice in choosing one of the options or not choosing them. In general strategy advice, when you get the show 2, there's a couple situations you'll run into. If it uncovers a normal prize, you should probably skip it and save the stars. If you see the daily special, grab it right away, unless you really want to prioritize daily specials, in which case you could take a chance to try and find the 2 times to double the daily before you find the shuffle. It is risky to do that though. If you find the 14 stars, open it immediately, as well as the calendar key, since that gives you 10 stars. If the 2 times it's revealed, you're probably best off opening it immediately, especially if the other prize revealed is one that you want or one that gives stars. Either way, it's better to use it than be disappointed that you didn't. And if the shuffle is revealed, then you're free to use it whenever you like, so if you've already found the daily special, take it right away, and if not, then wait until you find the daily special. I wrote a quick program to try and simulate the winter event minigame, and after running it a couple of times, it seems that it takes on average about 105 stars per daily special, meaning that with a baseline of 1,095 stars from the event, not including incidents, you should be able to expect about 10 to 11 daily specials on average, more if you get a bunch of stars from incidents or just get lucky. Additionally, you should be able to get a fully leveled main building as long as you get an extra 100 to 200 stars from incidents, which shouldn't be that hard to do over the 32 days of this event. If you want to try the program for yourself, I wrote it in MATLAB and it's posted on my personal GitHub, linked in the description. The other main mechanic is the Elves Workshop, and while I appreciate that we can still buy this with diamonds, I think it's still too too expensive and too random to be truly worthwhile. Even though you can win some pretty good prizes from it, the odds of you having enough of those prizes to justify the 3,000 diamonds is unlikely. I do like that you can choose between one of the two prizes and even shuffle them, but I wish that you could swap out already selected prizes for new ones after filling up all the spots. However, let's get to everyone's favorite part of the event, or second most favorite part of the event, the daily specials. There's a really good selection of them, but as I mentioned in my main event video, the list has changed from beta to live, so some of what was available then might not be now, or something new could have been put in there. Regardless, I'm probably going to be focusing on the winter train and cart kits, as they are one of my favorite buildings. I'm also hoping that sleigh builders were added in as the daily special, as I always like to have more of them. I leave them behind in old ages to produce extra goods for trades, selling, or negotiations. Leave a comment with which daily special you'll be trying for. Also, it seems that many of you are excited for the snowy city background, and I can't agree more. It's always nice seeing something new in your city, just like freshly fallen powder. And with that, if you learned something new, please leave a like, and if you really enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate you subscribing. If you watched this entire video, you might enjoy watching how I put a scannable QR code in my city, linked on screen now. Good luck with the event, and see you next time.